Do it again.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world.
You're listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Don't try and church it up, son.
You can't handle the truth.
I am big. The picture that got small.
Your first one's on us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. I'm Mark Riccadonna. With me, as always, is the laughing hyena known as...
Is Richie Byrne. What is it with the word this? Every time he says this, he's got to do a fucking dramatic pause. Hi, I'm Joel Richardson, and you're watching this, the show. And anytime you see this, the logo.
Maybe because we had Craig Gass on. Maybe he was doing a Christopher Walken.
Maybe that's what it looked like.
Logo is...
It's like, what was his name? This is CNN. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, yesterday was a little tough. I had a hard time hearing, and so it was a tougher show. This is going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one.
So, Richie, how was your day today? Did you have a good one?
You know what I did today? I go for a walk every day. I do like 4 or 5 miles. A couple of buddies of mine went golfing. A couple of my bar buddies, my drinking buddies. And one of them wrote and said, hey, we went golfing, and we're at my house in my driveway. And he wrote a bunch of us, why don't we come over? And we all stayed in his driveway, like 6 feet apart.
Did you
had
take
a couple
it off?
Of beers. Beautiful day, sunny day. What'd you say?
I said 6 feet apart.
6 feet, yeah. And it was nice because a bunch of good friends I haven't seen in forever. You had
a Clorox wipe for your beer?
You
had a Clorox wipe for your beer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wiped it down.
So that was nice with a little change of pace,
You want to know what I did today?
What?
I can't believe I'm even going to tell this story. So I teach the kids during the day while Angie's teaching other people's children. And I'm going through Axel's work and Duke's work, and we're having a great day. And then I go, you know what? I had something I had to do earlier at 7. I go, I'm going to run to the grocery store and pick up some stuff. So I got ready, and the kids were driving me crazy. They wanted to go, and I'm like, you can't come, and they're driving me crazy. But I get in the car, I take off, I get to the grocery store. I have a full cart of stuff. I'm buying like all kinds of goodies for the kids. I'm going to spoil them. I'm going to do a really nice thing, right? Get to the checkout, checking out all my stuff. I get to the end. I go to my pocket. My wallet is in the other pair of jeans. I had $350 worth of merchandise and bagged, ready to go. No wallet.
What happened? What did you have to do?
I was panicking so bad. I was checking my phone to see if like my Samsung Pay app would work there, or if my bank could like shoot the money over. I had no idea what to do. I started freaking out. I ended up calling my wife, put the kids in the car, drove to the grocery store.
Oh my God.
Out. Luckily, I was at a self-checkout. So the lady goes, just put your stuff in a cart and go over there. I'll check you out. I'll print the receipt and I'll check you out when she gets here. I had to sit there. There was a line going all the way around the frozen food, all looking at me like, you dumbass. I was the most embarrassed I think I ever was in my life.
That's terrible.
I was so embarrassed.
And the funny thing is if this was any other time, you just go, screw it, I'll come back.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But now you're like,
this away.
I am buying these goddamn products. That's it.
Axel's birthday's coming up. It's this Sunday. So I was like buying stuff that I know he likes. And
it's he and Joel, right? Isn't Joel Sunday?
Is he son? He
May
has
3rd.
The same birthday as he has the same as Axel. That's right.
Yeah.
And so I was getting, stuff for him to make him feel good and comfort him because they're going through a hard time. They have no idea what the hell's going on with the world.
Well, now he saw everything he's getting.
Yeah, and he there's nothing better than both of your kids getting to pull up and go, look at this dumbass.
Well, we got a good show today.
We have a great show today.
Yeah.
In fact, we should bring out
we're
this
gonna have a little guest host.
producer.
Yeah. We're gonna bring our producer out.
Let's bring him out.
We got a good show today.
We have a great
Everybody
show
loves
today.
him.
Yeah.
He has the sound on.
Wow. Wait.
He's on top of it.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, you guys brought me out kind of quick. Just trying to do my thing.
Joel, we love you.
Joel,
And we think you're the best producer in this country and business.
where are you? Are you home? Are you in your?
My girlfriend's house.
That's quite the shower curtain you got behind you there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
And
This is new.
you got the Adabisi hat on. You're ready to shank a white supremacist in the shower.
Yeah, really.
It's so funny. You turn it around. You look like
Totally different.
You look like the FedEx guy that everybody loves. You turn it that way, you look like the guy in the shower everyone
You look
fears.
like you're worshiping Allah.
This is unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
This is everybody's favorite FedEx character, running up your doorstep with a box like, "Hey guys, I'm here for you."
So what's up, Joel?
Nothing, man. We're just trying to survive, and we have a great week.
You got a big birthday coming up.
Big birthday.
The big 4-0.
Big 4-0. Yeah.
I keep forgetting. I think you're younger than me.
Yeah.
'Cause you still have life in your eyes.
Buddy.
You still have hopes and dreams.
It's called single life.
I swear to God, I always think you're younger than me.
It's weird because I always think you're older than me.
Everybody does. My grandfather thought I was older than him.
How old are you, Mark?
I'm 38.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I
We're a
turned the
year
big
apart.
3-9 May 12th.
Oh, your
yeah.
birthday's coming up too. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't really celebrate my birthday anymore. When I was like 10 years old, I was the old man who was like, who needs them?
10 years old. That's it.
I used to-
enough now.
I
I'm
used to-
double digits.
I sit
That's
on the garage on a lawn chair, reading the newspaper, watching a storm. That was a good night for me at 10. Well, we got a great guest today.
We do. We
Yeah.
should do it.
We should hop right on because we're like 8 minutes in, and I think anybody watching really
Can we
wants.
show a video?
I think.
Yeah,
we
let's
should.
Let's show.
show what.
This is like taking the beard off of Santa. We're about to show you who the Santa is.
Dude, that's what Joey said before the show. Exactly that. You weren't.
Yeah, he told me to say that.
Oh, really? Were you on when he said that?
Yeah, he said you guys could say it's like taking the beard
Oh,
off of
okay.
Santa.
Wow. All right.
All right. Well, before we bring out our guest, please enjoy this.
Oh, hey guys, it's Mary Pat here. Hope you're doing good. So, yesterday on Facebook's, we surpassed 100,000 followers. How cool is that shit? So on Instagram, we're almost at 50,000. So if you guys could go to a video, tag a friend, get them to follow the page, and if we reach 50,000 followers on Instagrams this week, I will do a very special surprise for you guys. I can't wait. I'm having so much fun. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Please welcome Troy Hendrickson.
We took nothing off. Nothing off of set.
Guess what? We did 50,000.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Did you really?
So we did it.
Oh,
Well, maybe
We're gonna put you over
won't.
the top.
so the way we like to start every show, Mark,
Yeah.
Start it out.
Yeah.
How we start every show. We bring Riccadon on because he
We start
usually
the show
sharks.
with this.
So what do you drink? What are you drinking, Troy? Chardonnay or Cabernet?
Cabernet, son. Come on.
Cabernet.
No. So I am like an exclusive Cabernet drinker now. I went to California once, and now I think I'm some bougie bitch apparently.
What are you drinking, Mark?
Going back to my roots with
There
the
you go.
white trash, Miller Lite, baby.
I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, with that hair, that beard, and that college shirt, you look like you should definitely be out buying a gun, right?
This is, look, I just got ready to go to a wedding.
So you look like you should go. Fauci doesn't know what he's talking about.
God damn it, get your gun and don't let these bastards steal you.
Yeah.
that you have to stay indoors.
I ain't wearing no mask.
I'm going rum and coke today.
Rum and coke.
Nice. Cheers.
Richie.
What are you drinking, Joel? I know nothing.
Just coffee.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Joel.
Nothing
I'm
like
trying to-
during a pandemic staying awake.
I'm
Dude,
just
what a
trying. I'm trying to lose weight, man.
Good for
You're doing a good job.
You know they
man.
have those new White Claws that are like 70 calories and 0 carbs.
Yeah.
Joe loves getting white girl drunk on that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it, hon.
So, Troy, you got the drink out. You
Yes.
wasted no time. We're very proud of you because nobody ever understands the concept of drinks, jokes, and storytelling.
That you
What
might
you
want to
did-
have those ready.
Well, Joel was like, "Do you want to do drinks?" I said, "Yes," and he was like, "I jokes and story." I was like, "Oh, okay." Sorry, I got really excited there. But
Yeah.
I brought my backup bottle just in case I have to.
Nice. I don't know how long
refill.
the show is going to be, but okay.
I told him it was a half hour.
I've done worse in less.
Yesterday, I totally forgot to grab a drink before we started. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then Richie's like, "What are you drinking?" I'm like,
Yeah. You go, I got a hangover. Good excuse. So what's your joke, Troy?
My joke. So, Joel was explaining it to me earlier today, and like, I don't have like, I get it a lot. Where I do these shows, and people come up to me, and they're always like, "I have a really funny story for you," and it's never funny. It's never funny. And like, they pull me aside, and they take up 10 minutes of my time after the show. I'm like, "Hey, have a good one, have a good one." Those people are like really nice, and they hug, and they get out, or they take a picture and leave. And this one lady had me. It was at Soul Joel's too. Soul Joel's, and she had me locked in a corner for 10 minutes trying to explain this video that she saw about Happy Coffee. I don't know what
Nothing
what
to
it
do with your
was.
character.
Nothing to do with Aunt Mary Pat, nothing to do with like Philly or anything like that. She was like, "You know the video where the lady has Happy Coffee?" She's like, "Happy Coffee," and she kept saying it. And then after 10 minutes of her explaining this to me, I was like, "So essentially you want me to plagiarize someone else's video because you thought it was funny?" And I have no idea what you're trying to say at this point. But yeah, Happy Coffee is my joke of the day. I still don't know. I still don't know what this is
I'm
about.
pretty sure that's coffee laced with LSD.
Maybe.
That's
I
what
could
Joel's
go,
drinking.
That's what Joel's drinking, some Happy Coffee.
Well, I love after a show at Joel's because someone always comes up there like, "Hey, I got to tell you something funny."
Yeah.
Like, Joel, leave me alone right now.
I gotta be honest, I did not see that coming.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, we made a sharp left.
Does anybody, does any of you guys ever after a show, even though you just performed, have somebody come over and give you credit or think you're somebody else? Or
Always.
give you credits that's not yours? Like, "Oh, I saw you on," and they say something that you're not on.
Well, it's a little different for Troy because it's his show. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
I
an event.
still get it though. There was one,
Yeah.
someone like credited me like, "Oh, I love you so much. My mom loves you. My favorite video is this." And I was like, "I never said that." And she was like, "Wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Shit."
Aren't you
And
the
then like,
bread and milk
awkwardly
guy?
left.
No,
well, I get it. I get it all the time. People come up and go, "You were great on the Tonight Show," and I'm like, "No, that was Ellen DeGeneres."
That's why you grew the beard.
No, beard. I love when people come up and tell you that they could totally relate to a joke you did, and
it's another comic.
it's the other comic who was, and you're going, "No, that wasn't me. That was the other guy," and they get mad. They're like, "No, it was you. It was you." I'm like, "No, it wasn't me. That's the other guy."
Yeah.
I would know if I wrote that joke.
I would tell you, like, why would I tell you it was the other guy?
Well, I normally get it because I'm the host, bringing you guys all up for the show, and it's people like, "Mark, you were hilarious. Richie, so funny. Joel, I enjoyed listening to you." or they go like this when I brought up Shuley, guy comes stumbling across and he goes, "I love listening to you on Howard Stern," and he was talking to me. I'm like, "This guy is so drunk." I'm like, "Whatever." He goes, "No, trust me. My dad got me listening, and now I'm a huge fan of yours. I enjoy listening to you." I'm like, "Dude, come on."
I love it.
Yeah.
The
So,
worst
Troy,
I've ever got was I was at a casino and somebody came up to me and like was really seriously like flustered to see me, and I was like I'm an opening act. Like nobody should be flustered to see me, and she just kept saying like, if I could just take a picture with you and show my son. Oh my god! Oh my! And I'm sitting there like, who do you think I am? And she said Vince Gill.
Oh boy!
Did you take it and roll with it?
At first, I was like, "Thank you, I'm not him." And then I looked him up, and I was kind of like, "Fuck you, bitch! Why would you call me
Joey,
Vince
if you could
Gill?
bang up a picture of Vince Gill, that'd be so awesome right now.
Get him in his or his skinny years and then his fat years, because we know which one she thought I was."
Really?
Yeah. He's not like fat, but he's husky.
Oh my God, Vince Gill got really fat and looks just like Mark.
Well done, Joey. Shout out to Joey St. John, working hard behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was quick.
And holy shit, Mark.
So, Troy, a lot of people don't know that they know you're a character from Aunt Mary Pat, but they don't know that you've been doing other characters, and you've kind of used this quarantine to try them out. So you did the Tiger King.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, y'all, this is Joey's on TV. All right, here we go. Carol Baskin is a bitch. Motherfucker.
I saw Tiger, and I saw Maine. I saw Tiger, now I understand. I saw Tiger, and I saw Maine.
Joe Exotic for president, y'all.
Wow.
Now, how long did it take you to do all the makeup and get ready for that?
For Joe Exotic, like 8 minutes. It was
Yeah, I was
great.
The hardest part was finding camo in Philly.
You know what? It's been actually that's a hat I own very much. I have to like really give it like a shout out to the Amazon delivery drivers, because the turnaround on like the shit that I need to put these characters together has been like instantaneous, and I appreciate it. No, so like I saw Tiger King, like most people who were stuck in quarantine, were like, oh, what is this? And then as it started, I was like, this is a fucking gold mine of like characters.
Yeah.
So I did Carol Baskins first.
Let's show that clip.
Here we are.
Let's show.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol here from Big Cat Rescue. Here in my hands, we have our newest rescue. She is a snow leopard. Her name is Lynx, and we are so happy to have her here. Now, people have been asking, Carol, did you feed your husband to the tigers? It's preposterous.
So I like Carol obviously took a little bit more work to get going, but it was just so much fun. I not abused my cats. I don't want to put that out there, but like subjected my cats to be my little tigers. But
little prop.
little props in there. But no, it's been fun. Like I've been trying a whole bunch of new characters and impersonations, which I have nothing else to do other than to drink wine and impersonate assholes. But it's been a lot of fun, especially like Tiger King is like an amazing source material, and I actually like got booked to impersonate like a Joe Exotic for like other gigs and stuff like that from that video.
Really?
So yeah, I hosted a party, and then there's this gig that I have that obviously the restaurant's closed. I host a bingo there, and they're like, would you be able to like give out takeout orders as Joe Exotic? So stay tuned. That might be happening, but it's so funny. Like it's so funny.
When that show came out, I got all these emails and text messages going, there's this dude and he totally captures the eccentric Southern like lunatic. And I was like, I gotta see this show. My wife and I watched it and just lost how fun. It was so outrageous because every person in it is a whole new character. And somebody from my hometown put a Doug's in the house.
Yeah. What's up, Doug?
But somebody made a meme of all the different towns in my hometown to that character is. So it's like, if you're from this area of Youngstown, you're this guy. And I was like, holy shit, it's accurate.
It's great. Like it literally, like the voices are wonderful, and like there's just like the shit they have to say, and like I was like, as I was watching, I'm like jotting down notes so I could pull this together, really quick with things I had around my house, and I ordered these like hair extension clips to make his beautiful mullet. So that was a lot of fun.
How did you get started with this? What was your first character? Was it Aunt Mary Pat or?
So I actually went to performing arts high school, went to college for television writing and producing. I think the first video I did like
college.
I went to Columbia College in Chicago,
okay.
And I started making movies there, like little comedy clips, and I did like a zombie love story that won an award. I don't know where that is, or if it means anything now, but I won it. And no, I started doing like these videos in high school, and then I did this. I used to do this thing where I was pretending to be Miley Cyrus. I would wrap like a blanket around my head and do these videos. So that's like where I started doing like film clips. And then I think the first big impression that I did was Stuart from Mad TV. And that like blew up like about a year before Aunt Mary Pat did. So that was like the first thing I did. Michael McDonald, the actor who played Stuart, retweeted it, and I ended up, yeah, it was awesome. And I did. He was like, "Thank you for being part of my own personal hell," and I was like, "Oh, cool, I love that." So yeah, Aunt Mary Pat started almost 3 years ago. That was like the first, big thing that I did like online. There she is, right outside of Nifty 50s, and that was just me making fun of my mom. No idea that would be, as big as it was, but it's wild.
Right. And you just started online and people took to it.
Well, I started performing on stage in drag, hosting drag shows and doing comedy numbers. I did a pageant where I impersonated Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the old White House press correspondent. And that was a lot of fun. And then, Aunt Mary Pat started in videos. And then a few months after it got started, people booked me for appearances and stuff. And I remember like there was one show early on where like I would just come out and like literally say hello, take pictures of people, and that was it. I didn't have a show. And this lady complained. She goes, "Where's the show?" And I was like, I am the show. I didn't have any like nothing. It wasn't like a comedy show yet. And it wasn't until
you just had a meet and greet.
Just a meet and greet. That was it. And that was good for me. And then I was like, oh, well, if I want to keep this going, there has to be, some substance. I have to do something. And that's where the shows kind of got started from there.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that before, where someone goes, "Hey, come meet this character." What are they?
Yeah.
It's like the Wild West now. There's like this whole new, because of the YouTube followings, that it's like a whole new world now. It's like there's like it's entertainment 2.0. Like it's not the traditional story you hear. It's now these people are doing this, and it's really cool to see like old school, new school. It's like a new world. I love it.
Well, it's weird too, because like, I was doing these appearances at Aunt Mary Pat where like, I mean, you guys see, like, it takes me, 10 minutes to get ready and go out there and do my thing. And then I was doing drag at the same time, and I would, put hours of effort into getting ready and all these things that I needed for it to make like $35, and then do Aunt Mary Pat and get ready in 10 minutes and, make a lot more than that. So it's like, it's funny what people, I guess, I don't know what they appreciate or whatever, but I definitely learned a lot, because I knew that people are only going to be interested in looking at you for so long until you have a little meat added to the bones there. So
well, I mean, I've seen the show and it's hysterical. So
thank you. Yeah. Oh, I never did stand-up comedy before, and I was like, I can't imagine that is easy. Like, I mean, I think people who they watch stand-up comedy shows, they're like, oh, I could do that, and then you get up and do it, and you're like, this is hard, because you hear everything, and I think that's probably like the biggest learning experience that I heard is you hear every fucking thing on that stage.
Right.
So
right. Well, the key to stand-up that people don't realize is that it better look easy.
Yeah.
When comedy looks hard, it's not comedy.
I hate sweat bits. I call them sweat bits. It's like when a person just you realize you're applauding because they memorize something or because they worked so, and it's like
good for you, good for you.
Oh yeah, I can't, that was a long rant.
There's a long way to go to get to one joke. Good for you, Joe. Good for you, Joe. But
enough about me.
Fucking donuts. But anyway, so you went to college in Chicago. You were in the film, obviously. Yep. And you were doing. Where did you start doing drag shows? Was it in college or?
No. So I went to I moved back home because I realized that I was not going to be Steven Spielberg, and I had $100,000 in debt. So I was like, better move back in with the parents, and came back home. And then I started. I really missed performing and missed that. And someone was like, "Hey, do you want to do a drag show?" And I was like, "Sure." I have nothing else better to do on a Friday night, and I tried it. And I kind of fell in love with that style of performance, and it's a little different. I do comedy numbers, but it's different than the stand-up setting. So it really, really got my feet wet and really got me comfortable performing in front of an audience. So yeah, I think it was like 2011 I got started in Philly.
Now, when you did a drag show, did you sing or did you mime the song? I always wondered about that because I've seen both, and I'm always impressed when a guy gets up there and he's dressed to the nines as Donna Summer or something, and then belts out the song. You're like, holy ship, that's pretty good.
Well, if you bought my album Talk of the Township, then I have a horrible singing voice. I usually lip sync.
That was a shameless plug.
Wow. Yeah.
I lip sync, but I also do live impersonations in character. So I some of the videos that I've done, I try to mimic their voices and do a live monologue. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, when I did that, it was a press conference performance. And then I did a performance as Caitlyn Jenner a few years ago, and it was when she won the Courage Award. So I came up in the white dress and did this whole bit, and I had my mom in the audience dressed as Kris Jenner, and I pointed her out. And my mom
it's a
really
family affair.
She takes a beating, man. She's such a trooper.
That's really funny.
When you came back, moved back to Philly, and you decided you were going to go into doing the drag shows.
Yeah.
And was it just this is just something fun to do, or were you thinking oh no, maybe this can be how I make a living?
That's kind of always been the goal. When I moved back home, I knew there wasn't as much opportunity out there as there was in Chicago. But the goal was always to perform. However that looked like, it just, whatever the cards that fell on my lap were going to be. I wanted to, and I was telling Joel a while back, I worked all these jobs 6 months a year, and I changed jobs every year because I never found anything that made me happy. And now, knock on wood, I've been able to do this full time for over 2 years now. So now it's finally something's making sense in my life, and
finally something's making sense. We have a global pandemic.
Yeah, it's doing my first national dates, and then it's guess what? You're gonna be stuck inside your house for 6 months.
Yeah. Well, what I like is whenever you use topical jokes and whether you use them in character with Aunt Mary Pat, but then if you're not, you take press conferences and you make fun of the characters as yourself, but impersonating them like the mayor of Las Vegas.
Yeah, this was a good one.
We have so many in our hospitality crew. Probably we're 2.5 million people down here in Southern Nevada, and we have so many out of work because of
but you want the
casino
casinos open,
shutdown.
yes?
If it was a person.
Well, that's a piece of it. I want the hotel rooms open.
She's a nut.
And so you.
Ooh, Anderson, you are good. You are tough. But this is not Dujong, China. This is Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. We can't stand by and not open. I think you should let us open. And when it does, you'll see that we are the cleanest place in the world. The fact that we are here and the Flamingo and Circus are still open and no one's died from a disease speaks to our testament here. Now, if you want, we can do the front line. We can be, patient zero and put the entire cast of Thunder from Down Under, Donnie and Marie and Paula Abdul on the front lines.
Now,
that woman looks like a cigarette butt floating in a glass of wine.
That's exactly her.
I got confused because I watched it before we went on. I thought you were doing Anderson Cooper.
Very similar.
Yeah, at the end, she almost does like a Christopher Walken. That's
Wait, now here's what gets me. Number one, how did you find an outfit that it totally was the same? Did you call her and say, "Do me a favor, that outfit you had on at CNN, email it to me?"
Yeah. Listen, Toots, give me some fashion tips.
I have friends friends in Philly that make fun of me all the time because once that interview went up, my friend made a status and they were like, "What is Troy gonna have this video up by noon the next day?" And I was like, "No, 1:30 because I sleep in late now." Boom. But no, I had that blazer hanging up, and then the wig I had, the pearls I had, and I was like, "This I can throw this together really really quick." But
if you switch the wig just a little, you could be Donald Trump.
Push it all the way back.
Yeah.
Just stand in a wind tunnel. It's just like I have like all this. I'm gonna show you my drag room now, but I have like all these different wigs and character like thing. I go to Goodwill a lot. I'm like, that's something. I don't know what that is, but that's something. I'll save it for
That's
a rainy day or a global pandemic. Who knows?
Isn't that where you met Joel?
What?
Goodwill? Yeah.
We put our hand on the same shirt and we went.
Joel said, "This is mine."
It's a guy I got to work.
So you started going and getting national dates. You were obviously a phenomenon in Philly because people immediately go, "Oh my God, that's my aunt," or "That's my mom," and that's my. So when you started first going out on the road, did you find it was like pockets of people from Philly in a different city that immediately would come out, or were you finding people coming and wondering like, okay, what's this about? And you had to win them over.
Well, so funny story with that. So the first like out of the area date we did was in Florida, and I don't know why I'm cursed, but the first out of town date we did was during the hurricane.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, in Lakeland. So the whole place was evacuated. Nothing was open, and Joel can tell you like every time we book like a hotel or something, it's always has to be like within like a mile distance from a Starbucks because I'm an addict. And I like drove to the Starbucks, and it was
which when he deals with Richie, you got to be an hour or a mile from the gig because he's a drunk.
Yes, I need a car.
Very similar.
So I'm like I drive up there all happy, and it's like closed, evacuation for hurricane. Like what the fuck? What is happening? But no, we did the first show, and the place was an evacuation area. So we had all these people from like the Philly area or their friends that they turned on to Aunt Mary Pat, and so they were there, and they were like super hyped. It was such a hype crowd. And then there were people who were staying at the hotel because they were evacuated from their homes, and they come in and they're like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah. You had a guy with his glasses like this, and he looked down.
What am I looking at? Joel's just like, just have a seat.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy
the
show.
I was the street team just barking him in. I go, "How'd you like the show?" The guy at the end goes, "I loved it."
He came in a full camo suit. I was out deer hunting, decided I was going to come see the show.
Well, Florida is a strange place. So I mean, you never know. You never know what you're going to get. But no, it's been good. Like, I mean, it's been different because you never know. Like, I mean, I did a show in Staten Island, and I would say like 2 people knew who I was, and then the other people just bought tickets because it was something to do.
And by the way, that girl's dead. That girl's dead.
In Staten Island.
Missy Allen, the promoter.
Yeah.
No.
A week later, she came up missing.
Yeah. So since you started doing shows, they've had a hurricane, a pandemic, and a dead booker.
The line.
Don't gotta worry about her no more.
The Tiger King road crew is going to start following you.
Yeah, really.
I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I can't catch a break. Like, I got a body trail behind me. Like, I don't know. Oh man. But no, it's been fun. It's been really interesting. Like, California was a cool place. That we had a lot of people who hadn't aren't from Philly, but just watched my videos online that came out to the show. So there was I don't get all the references, but I think it's funny. So it's cool. It's a mixed bag, I guess.
Well, that's gotta be interesting because I mean I've seen you obviously at Joel's Club, which is near Philly.
Yeah.
But do you have that happen where when you work outside of Philly area where people are, I don't get it, or I'm not, or they don't care, or both? Like, you know what I mean? Have you dealt with that at all?
I think it's a mixture. So I think like people have been watching my videos on Instagram, and I've been reading like the comments and stuff to see. And then like, so this guy was like reacted to a video. He's like, "Oh, this is hilarious." He's like, "But what is an Acme?" And then these people commented on the comment. They're like, "Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? It's a grocery store." And he's like, "Oh, okay, my bad."
What Acme?
But like, it's funny because like some people like don't get the references per se, where they're coming from, but I think they understand it enough to get the joke. So it's like, it's interesting.
Some of the women that sit in the crowd, they're almost like their name's about to get called on like Price is Right excited. Like, they're like, "This is what we came for." And then they stand up, they're like, "Woo!"
Yeah, no, they get crazy.
There's a lot of comedians out of Boston that I feel like are have the similar thing where there's a lot of references to Boston. That, like, if they work outside of Massachusetts, people don't get what they're saying, but they still know it's funny. And maybe that's the similar thing where it's like, yeah, I don't know where this is, but I get it because it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, because right. I mean, there's things that go on in Philly that go on in Staten Island that go on in, Kalamazoo. That, you know what I mean? It may not be exactly the same, but I relate to what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think they may not get. I try to tell like it's not the stop, like it's the destination. Like they'll get the joke because they're in on the joke, but they're not. They may not get like the exact
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that. That's awesome though. That just speaks complete talent of how funny you are as a person.
I try to like get like what I would find funny and like what would be funny to me. And a lot of it is based off like shit my mom says. And I think like part of the reason like I try to stay so topical with like current events and things is my mom calls me every day, right? And every day she's like, "Watch the news. They're saying we are not leaving our houses until 2021. And I don't know what to do because I just booked a trip in December." And like my mom has like all this stuff, like she keeps like booking trips, and I was like, "Stop booking fucking trips. Like we're probably never leaving our houses again." So
now see, my mom's the opposite, Troy. My mom never leaves the house. And the first week of the pandemic, when we were of the quarantine, she went out 4 times in a week. 4 times. She goes, I had to go to CVS today. They deliver. I had to go every day. And I'm like, "You got to stop leaving the house." She goes, "Well, this is ridiculous." I'm like, "You haven't left the house in 5 years. How is this any different?"
My mom's going stir crazy. Like Joel knows my mom, and she's such like a busybody. She's like an Energizer bunny. She just doesn't stop. She's just so used to moving all the time that like she doesn't know what to do with herself now. So what her and my stepdad do is they go out to order food, and then while they're waiting for their food, they drink like White Claws, and then they're like, like they're at the bar itself, like sitting in the parking lot having a claw and enjoying their night. And I'm like, just go home. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But like, she's like, we told her like, you can't come by. We'll just FaceTime or whatever. And she's like, okay. So like what she does now is she pulls into my driveway and this like throws thing over my fence to me. She's like, I got you more masks. Here you go. Got you your favorite. Here you go. Dropping them over my fence because she just like cannot sit still. And it's just like every time she does something, I like write it down. I'm like, this will be a good video one day.
I think it's funny that they're having trouble coming up with enough masks for nurses and doctors, but every asshole on the streets walking around with a mask. I'm like, how did that?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. My mom has an in somewhere because like my house is like well stocked, and she won't tell me like her connect at all. But she has like she has gloves and mask and hand sanitizer, and she's like, I got that good. I'll be over at noon to drop it off.
You want some? I got some. You want some?
Yeah, I got you, hon. Let me know.
What you said you started out, you were making films and stuff. I see you're wearing a Star Wars shirt. Are you a big Star Wars guy?
I wasn't growing up, but I am now. And it was like kind of like one of those things where I was like, everyone loved it, so I hated it. And then once the hype died down, I was like, oh yeah, I love it. Like, what are you talking about? I'm definitely that kind of person where like I never like anything when it's popular, and then when it's like in the discount bin, I like rally behind it like it's nobody's business. And then I know like once people are like, Star
Wars is in the discount bin at this point.
No, not this one, exactly. But no, it's like I just like rally behind the underdog. I'm such like an underdog enthusiast.
Is that why you're in
Yes. I made a joke one time. I forget what it was. It was at Joel's Comedy Club, and Brendan and Joel, they opened the show and everything was going good. It was like something. I was like, "You're welcome for keeping those two in business. Thank you so much."
Well,
something stupid, and then I get all self-conscious. Like, you guys weren't upset about that because I was completely joking.
No, well, you actually made Brendan feel special because when you guys were out in California, he walked outside and ran into three of our friends, Chris DiStefano, Tim Dillon, and Giannis Pappas. Like, from it just happened to be walking down the street, headed to the Comedy Store. So they were like, he was just happy that they were, remembered him. But they ended up seeing each other out in LA.
We had a really good time out there.
Yeah.
To give Joel some cred, 99% of the time, if you go up and you make fun of like the host or you make fun of the person who brings you out, the crowd turns on you. They're like, oh, this guy's a dick. When you bust Joel's chops, the audience is like, we're in on this. We get it. Like, we love this guy. Get on him some more.
I think it's because everybody's going, we were just saying that.
Well, I told these guys. Troy, we talked about this, but one thing that I love that you do is that when you do your improv, it's in character, and some guy yelled out, "It's the cream of some young guy," and you didn't respond as you responded in character, and you're like, that was Larry back in the '80s, please.
Yeah,
like it's amazing that you're able to react that way and respond in less than 10 seconds.
Once I'm in, I'm in. So like even though it's like
out.
Me,
you can't get out. You got
even though it's me, I'm like thinking about how like that character would respond to that thing. It's like it's automatic to me, just because like I think when I'm in a character, I like try to get enough reference material that I know how they would respond to anything. And I think that's what makes a good impression artist, is they know the character well enough to respond back to it. So funny story real quick. I had to do a birthday for this guy. He turned 75, and his kids wanted to do something special.
Speaking of cream of some young guy.
His kids wanted to do something special for him, but obviously this is, all the stuff that's going on. It was his 75th birthday, his parents' 50th wedding anniversary, and the guy's 40th birthday, and they had this trip planned out of the country, and it got canceled, and they couldn't do anything. And they were like, so he connected with me through a friend. He's like, my dad loves Barbra Streisand, and we thought like maybe we could have a drag queen come impersonate Barbra Streisand and sing happy birthday to him and stuff like that. And like I was like, I don't know Barbra Streisand. I know like Bad Gay. I don't know any Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was like, and you call yourself a gay man.
Take my card. Take my card. But the guy booked me, and he was like, I was like, is your dad gonna be okay with this? He's like, my dad has 2 gay sons. He wouldn't expect anything less than this. So I was like, okay. So I got my barber all ready to go and did it. And it was such a crash course because like they booked me, and then it was like I think less than 24 hours later I had to like, be in that character. But it was just like, I'm like such a student of people. Like I've always been an observer and just like watching the way people move and talk. And, I don't know. Just how my brain works, I guess.
Cool. Is that how you got started into impersonating a car salesman? You're like, I just love the way those guys operate.
So yes. I don't know what it is, but ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with those car commercials on the radio where it's like, come on down to Cherry Hill Honda. We'll put you in a new car. No credit, bad credit, whatever. We got you. And like, it was so like, I was like, who told their cousin Jimmy to use his own voice for his car radio ad? Because it sounds disgusting, but I love them. I'm just like,
and you're right. No matter where you go in America, the car salesman on the radio has that accent. If you want to learn like if you go to Brooklyn, yo, come down to Brooklyn Dodge.
Right next to Optimo Cigar.
And they're like, here in Memphis, Hyundai, come down to Memphis, Hyundai. No matter where you go, they have the most distinct accent for that area. It's so
good. They're a real person from that area.
And they just did a double espresso.
Oh, yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, I love it. It's like, I don't know what it is about like a South Jersey car salesman that just like literally has the best disgusting voice that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, let's roll the clip.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Bob Fonda here for Cherry Hill Honda. Come on down, where if you don't pay less, we give you more. Also, we got a beautifully renovated new showroom, so come on down. It's great. It's a family-owned business for 35 years. We're going to give you the best deal no matter what. No credit, bad credit, we got you. Come on down. Look at our beautiful showroom. We have tons of cars here. Come on down. And remember, Bob Fonda wants to see you in a Cherry Hill Honda.
No.
You even got the goddamn pointing.
I love the pointing. Yeah.
And it's always like a picture of him next to a car. Like I don't know if like you have to be a narcissist to be a used car salesman in Cherry Hill,
right?
But you're gonna see his face everywhere.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
I love car sales, and then also anybody who does have you ever seen like carpet salesmen on?
Yes.
They're like a whole different breed. It's like a whole different person, from a different world. Like, you come down, I hook you up with some fucking carpet, all right? Like they're the opposite. They're the anti-salesman. Like, you wouldn't want to hang out with this guy for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I might have killed 17 people. I don't know.
But the carpet looked nice.
The fucking Berber carpet.
You know what commercials they're going to come back? I've fallen and I can't get up is on all the time again.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's like new version, like it's new old people, and they're it's on all the time. Yeah, and they got this woman in the shower, Joe, and it's the funniest thing because her curtains look just like what's behind Joel. And
where do you think Joel is?
Yeah.
Falls in the shower.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Grabs the curtain and just kind of puts it around her as she falls so no one can see her naked. It's the fun. And then she's on it. She's like, I've fallen. I can't get up. And I'm like, what? Why do they even need this commercial at this point? You know what I mean? Like, everybody has one of those who needs them. You know, my mother has one. She never brings it with her in the shower. I'm like,
all senior citizens must have Life Alert.
Right, Life Alert. My mother leaves it in like the bedroom. I'm like, what good is it going to do you in the bedroom when you're in the shower?
He's living dangerously.
Yeah. It's not the clapper.
Oh, I love it. Those commercials are great. And the JG Wentworth commercials I love too. I would love to do something like that.
The best
JG Wentworth. Get cash now.
My favorite is the guy you're supposed to be relating to in the commercial is a complete loser. Like the guy, he's like in his parents' basement with like beer cans and pizza boxes.
The weird thing is that's actually my cousin.
I thought it looked familiar.
You know what's funny is like because of DVRs now and everything, that like commercials are kind of a lost art because you can go right by them. You know, I don't want to watch this.
Why the General's kicking ass? He gets Snoop Dogg, Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Switch
Shaq
to the General and save some time.
Shaq would do it so commercial. I mean, Shaq will sell anything.
He don't give a shit.
Because he doesn't sell himself. He was in that award-winning film Kazam.
And he was in the Fooshnickers.
Yes,
remember
award-winning Kazam. Shaq.
Can I
It was
rock? What's
actually-
up, Doc?
It was actually the biopic of Elias Kazan, and they talk about shooting on the waterfront.
I love it. Beautiful thing.
So before we let you go, Troy, what's coming up next, and anything you're looking forward to, and people, I guess, find you.
I'm looking forward to like not dying because it's like a fucking pandemic and shit. No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on as you know, we can get back into the normal swing of things. I'm actually in talks right now with a television producer about an upcoming new show that they're doing about people who I guess love where they're from and like represent their areas. So fingers crossed that
Right.
works out, and we'll
Good
see.
luck.
You know, what goes from there. Thank you. Working on new music for Aunt Mary Pat and just pumping out content. Like, I mean, I've been so busy. Like, I love doing videos, especially those quick videos, like little funny clips. That's where I feel most comfortable and the funniest. So this has been like a great time for me to really like work on those impressions and those characters and stuff. So I'm really having, I mean, you know, despite not leaving my house, the time of my life, doing these little things. So hopefully I can pump out more of that, and you know, we'll see what happens next.
Well, hopefully you get back on stage soon, man, because that's where
Yeah.
you're doing a great job. You know, I got to open for you a couple of times, and I love watching you. And
right back at you.
I mean, it's just a shame. It's just a shame that, you know, what's happening right now, you know. But at least you're doing something like us. Like we just, well, what can we do? Okay, well, let's do this every night. And we've been doing this every night. It's been a lot of fun. So, I mean, there's still content you can put out there, and that's the good thing, you know.
Yeah, I think just staying busy, and like, I mean, now more than ever, there's a market for digital comedy, and I think people are really receptive to it. You know, people need entertainment, and whether they like it or not, they're getting it from me. I'm doing it, but no, it's been fun, and I'm really happy to see how many people have really stepped up to the plate and kind of thrived in this environment. It's you know, inspiring to see you guys work and put out content, and I'm happy to be doing the same thing, and you know, people seem to really be responding to it, so that's always a good thing.
Well, good luck, man. Hang in there.
Thank you.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, well, salud.
That's Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. You guys are the best.
Last
Thank
call.
you. Thanks for listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.